The Jacksonville Jaguars had themselves a really good draft, and the fact that they somehow got Antonio Johnson Jr. What was it, in the third round of the 2023 NFL draft, it just baffles me. This guy was one of the best safeties in this draft class, and yes, they made out like bandits, and you're really excited to see it. So we're going to go into why Antonio Johnson Jr. is the steal of the draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and just going to start with a background. So last year for Texas A&M, the Aggies, he had 71 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, as well as a sack. As well as a PDF. And yes, this guy, I think quite honestly, he can play in the box. I think he can play to a degree somewhat over the top, but overall, you are really excited just to see what he's going to bring, from that perspective of special teams, but also all the different things he can do for your defense. And yes, he's a guy that is behind a couple of guys right now. We can't make this video without talking about guys like Rayshon Jenkins and Andre Sisco, Andrew Wingard, Daniel Thomas, all those guys. I know he's got a little bit of a way to go, but I'm still so excited for him because I think that there's a lot of things you got to be excited about. So overall, last year he was targeted 29 times, did allow 20 catches did allow a touchdown as well, but I don't care. Like this guy, his coverage grade was a 79.7. He was even better in the run game with an 83.7 PFF grade. So quite honestly, I think overall you're really excited about what he's going to do for your defense. And again, he's not going to be an immediate starter, I don't think, mainly just because of the guys that are ahead of him. But again, he's a guy that could develop into being that number one guy very quickly. So yes, according to NFL.com here, going to be eventually a plus starter. You like his production. They're kind of like iffy about his athleticism. I think the big hang up was, you talk about the 40 time of 4.5. I mean, I don't care. That's perfectly fine with me, especially because he's going to be playing in the box. I think he's going to bring you a lot of leadership, a little bit of fire. You see it down there. Also, only 8 bench press reps. Last time I checked, bench don't matter. Absolutely not, especially we saw with what happened with Tyrann Mathieu a couple of years. Does not matter. He's going to be an absolute stud, so I'm excited for him. But overall, yes, he is compared to Kyle Duggar here, which I think is a fantastic comparison. But overall, here's the overview. A big athletic safety with versatility to line up over the slot or inside the box for additional run support. Johnson has a strong passion for sticking his nose into whatever is going on near the line of scrimmage. He's constantly flowing downhill to meet the play as close to the line of scrimmage as possible, but he needs to relegate his pace and angles to prevent overflowing and poor tackle balance. Johnson can be overmatched at the top of the route by top end receivers, but he's capable of staying with pass catching tight ends or a receiver with average speed. Johnson is positioned to become a good starter whose best ball will be played near the line of scrimmage. And again, I just feel like what he's going to bring for this defense for the Jaguars, I think that's exactly what they need. I feel like, you've got some dudes in your division that you want him to go up against, and yes, guarding a tight end, I don't think you're necessarily worried about him doing that. And again, you're not going to ask him to guard guys on one-on-one. That's just not his game. But in the right scheme, under the right coach, I think he could be a guy that, is a Jaron Kearse or a Kyle Duggar type comparison, which you absolutely love. A little bit of a bigger safety, a little bit more athletic than those guys. But overall, I'm really excited about Antonio Johnson. I think that he is absolutely the steal of the draft for the Jaguars. Going to be a huge shot in the arm for that defense that they absolutely need. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and comment down below. That's what helps people find the show. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. But at the end of the day, let us know what you guys think about Antonio Johnson Jr. being the steal of the draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars.